Friends, how much does it actually cost to apply for a green card? That's what I'm going to tackle in this video. I'm going to break it down for you so that you understand exactly how much it costs and what you should expect. Before I dive into all of that, I want to just thank you guys for watching this video. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. Thank you for being part of my community. And it's been such an awesome journey with you so far. And for all of you who are new to the channel, welcome, 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 welcome. And thank you so much for subscribing. So let's get into it, guys. So we know that the green card process here in America is long, it's painful, it has all these costs associated with it that doesn't involve money. Firstly, it costs your time, it costs your emotions, your energy. It's an up and down roller coaster process for a whole lot of people. Why? Because the Trump administration has made this process long and difficult for a lot of people. They've placed so many barriers in front of people that it just takes so much longer these days to get through. And so I want you guys to think in the back of your mind that when you're getting ready to apply for a green card, just be prepared mentally for the journey. Now, certainly the journey can be a lot easier and less painful when you work with a professional to handle the process for you, to make sure that everything is covered that needs to be covered so that the process can be shorter, less time consuming, and less costly by working with a professional. All right, so setting all of that aside, that's the first thing I want you to think about. The second thing I want you to think about is, where are you right now? Are you here inside America or are you outside of America? If you're here inside of America and you're going through the green card process, you're going through a process called adjustment of status, right? And so the adjustment of status is specifically for those who are physically present here in the U.S. who are eligible to get the green card right here in the U.S. versus those who may either have to leave the U.S. and go back overseas to be interviewed at an embassy, or you're out there already outside of the U.S. going through an immigrant visa process. So what I'm going to do in this video, guys, just to simplify it, I'm only going to focus on those who are here in the U.S. who will be going through the adjustment of status process. And I'm going to do another video that will focus on the cost involved with going through the immigrant visa process if you're overseas. Let's just focus in right now on those here in the US. What is the first cost that you guys really need to think about? Well, it's attorney fees, guys, because working with a professional, as I stated earlier, makes a whole lot of sense under this environment that we're working under now, right? The green card process has gotten longer and harder, particularly with new policies like public charge and all these other stuff that the administration has thrown in the mix. So attorney fees is the first fee that you'll need to think about. What are attorneys charging these days to work on a green card application? And when I say green card application, just for clarity's sake, what I'm talking about here again is the adjustment of status process. And I'm also specifically speaking to individuals going through a family-based process, not individuals who are being petitioned for by an employer or even individuals who are self-petitioning. I'm speaking specifically to those of you who have a family member who is petitioning for you. Family-based process. What do attorneys charge these days? Well, you can find an attorney that may charge as low as $3,500 to do an adjustment of status packet for you, and that's on the very low side, and then all the way up to maybe $10,000 for the adjustment of status process. You might be saying, whoa, Latoya, that's a big range, $3,500 to the $10,000. Well, friends, the reason for that is it's based on region, right? It's based on whether this attorney may be in Wichita, Kansas, and I'm just throwing this out there. So if you're a lawyer out there, an immigration lawyer in Wichita, Kansas, and you charge more, just know that this is just for illustration purposes. But let's say, for example, the lawyers in Wichita, Kansas, where the standard of living is far lower than New York. So it depends on, regionally speaking, where's the attorney and where are you? That's one factor. The second is that it depends on the complexity of the case. So what I mean by this is that you could have an applicant who has almost like a simple case, right? Simple in the sense of maybe there's no immigration violations on the record that would need to be addressed through a waiver process. And so that individual who doesn't have any issues will not need a waiver. But To prepare the waiver, the I-601 waiver, an attorney will charge more to prepare the waiver along with your adjustment of status application. So it really all depends, and every case really is very different. And so attorneys, I would say, charge normally between $3,500 and maybe $10,000. Some will charge more than $10,000. Again, it depends on the region and the case. Those are two things to keep in mind. And then the third reason why an attorney may even charge so much is because of public charge, which you guys have heard me talk about so many times. But public charge has really complicated the green card process, and it's a lot more work that attorneys now need to do to prepare a case under public charge. So that's what you're looking at in terms of attorney fees. But as I've mentioned earlier, it's worth working with a lawyer because you'll save a lot of time and money, believe it or not. Because if you do it wrong the first time and you have to maybe start all over again and pay filing fees a second time, you're wasting money, right, that way. So it's best to do it right the first time with a professional. So I highly recommend that you guys give our office a call, schedule a consultation, meet with us. Let's talk about your adjustment of status case. The second set of fees that you should know about is the filing fees. So filing fees are application fees that USCIS charges for their application. The filing fees are high. They are high for adjustment of status. It's not a cheap process. And also you should keep in mind that filing fees are going up. So the fees that I'm sharing with you in this video are likely to change as USCIS implements its new fee schedule. So keep that in the back of your mind. And when those fees do change, guys, I will be sure to do another video so that you guys are in the loop and you know exactly what those filing fees are. But for now, as of the filming of today's video, here are the filing fees that's part of the adjustment of status packet. The first is the I-130. That's the family petition. The I-130 is $535. The second application is the adjustment of status application. That is $1,225. The third fee that some people may need to pay is the I-601 waiver fee. If they have an immigration violation on their record that needs to be addressed through that forgiveness process, that fee is $930. Now, there are several other applications that must also be filed with the adjustment of status packet, but none of these applications, as of the filming of today's video, has a fee attached to it. And so the first application that has no fee attached to it is the I-765, and that's the employment authorization application. The second is the I-131, which is the travel document. There's zero cost for that one. The third is the I-864, the affidavit of support, and that's also zero. And then the last is the I-944, which is the declaration of self-sufficiency, the new public charge form, and there's no cost attached to that one either. So guys, as you can see, it can be very expensive, right? You're talking about from $1,760 all the way up. You have to do a waiver. So those are the filing fees for the adjustment of status process. Now, of course, there's fees also associated with like mail-in, right? It depends on how you're going to mail your packet, whether you're going to do express, priority, whatever. So you're looking at a small fee for mail-in costs. And that's pretty much it with respect to filing fees. Let's say you filed and you get a request for additional evidence telling you may have missed this or the government needs more information about something else, and you're going to have to prepare a response. Well, there's no fee obviously attached to that process as well. So I'm putting this one out there just so that you know there's no fee attached to responding to a request from the government for more evidence. Now, let's say you're at the end of the process and the government has denied you. They've denied your adjustment of status application and you think they've gotten it wrong, right? There was an error that was made and you don't want to refile, you want to fight it, and so you decide to file the I-290B, motion to reopen or reconsider your case. When you do that, the fee is $675 for the I-290B. So friends, those are the fees that are attached to this process: attorney fees, filing fees, and then mail-in costs. And then lastly, if you need to submit a motion to reopen or reconsider your case, there's the I-290B filing fee as well. And if you have an attorney work on the case, the motion for you, obviously there's additional attorney fees that you'll have to pay for that process. I hope you found this video helpful, friends. And as I've mentioned before, I'm going to have another video coming out which focuses on the fees associated with those who are going to go through the immigrant visa process. Guys, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.